Iceland is bracing for a possible volcanic eruption. Officials warning residents and tourists to stay away from a newly erupting volcano just outside of the country's capital. That volcano is spewing lava and noxious gases, triggering thousands of minor earthquakes. Now, Iceland sits above a volcanic hotspot, averages an eruption every 4 or 5 years. This has been a year of volcanic eruptions in other parts of the world as well. Joining me now is Ricky Peterson, an expert in volcano activities with the Nordic Volcanological Center in Iceland. Ricky, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. Kind of explain, what is the situation right now in the town near where this volcano is located?
Well, I just want to make sure you understand correctly. There is no volcanic eruption going on. We're in the waiting stage where there's a possibility of an eruption starting.
Right. And is it a matter of when, not if it will erupt, or is there still the possibility that that nothing will happen?
It is definitely if. We still see deformation on the surface. So the whole area is moving apart and you see these fractures. That's really demonstrating movements below ground. So we currently see that these fractures are still moving and widening. And that is the reason why we know that magma is still flowing into the system. It's not pressurized enough to make it to the surface. But as we still have inflow, there is no way to say that the risk of an eruption occurring has passed.
You know, and Ricky, when we see the pictures there of the roads cracked, I know you mentioned those fractures, and we're seeing the fractures in the roads, in the streets. Kind of just talk about the damage so far that's been done.
Yeah, of course, this is a small town, but the entire population there has been evacuated. All the electricity of half of the town went off yesterday. There are a lot of damage to the pipes and hot water supply and so forth. So there's a lot of damage underground, but also some of the houses are severely cracked. And this is a very serious situation.
And I know at one point, everyone in this town had been evacuated. And the last that I had read, it seemed that they were allowing some people to go back in, maybe one by one, to retrieve, vital items that they needed, things like, important documents, pets. Is that still happening?
That's still happening. Every day they let in people to retrieve the most valuable properties. And of course, also the companies in the area, they can go and empty out their stocks and bring it out of the evacuation zone. But it only happens during daylight, as that's the only time where we have the possibility of measuring volcanic gases in the area. It requires daylight.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.